If you've been following my mini PC series, you'll know I've been testing different ways to turn a small Windows PC into a more flexible living room setup. And one of the big questions is pretty simple. Can you actually run Android apps on a mini PC instead of relying only on a streaming stick? Today we're looking at LDPlayer 14. This video is sponsored by LDPlayer and I wanted to put together a completely transparent step-by-step setup guide so you can see exactly how it handles. We'll go through the download, the installation, how to sideload your apps and the exact performance settings you need to adjust to get it running smoothly. So let's get it set up. LDPlayer is an Android emulator. That just means it creates a separate Android space running right inside Windows. So your mini PC still works like a normal Windows computer, but when you open LDPlayer, you can install Android apps from the Play Store or sideload APK files manually. But that's also what makes this kind of setup so useful. You can use the mini PC as a normal computer when you need to, then open LDPlayer when you want to run Android apps on the same machine. The specific version we're using today is LDPlayer 14. It's built on an Android 14 base, which is designed to give you much better compatibility with the latest app versions and better overall security. Now, emulators can always be a little bit picky depending on your specific hardware and the apps you throw at them. But for a living room setup, this version is absolutely worth testing. Step 1 is getting the software. Open your browser on the mini PC. I've put the official exclusive download link down in the description below, so make sure you use that link to head over to their page. You always want to download directly from their official source so you know you're getting the clean, genuine installer. Once the page loads, just look for the LDPlayer 14 download button and click. The installer will start downloading right away. Now, depending on your internet speed, it might take a little while, but as soon as the file finishes saving to your PC, go ahead and open it up. When you open the file, Windows might pop up a prompt asking if you want to allow the app to make changes. Just click yes. You should now see the installer. Click install and LDPlayer will download the files it needs, then install everything onto your mini PC. This may take a few minutes depending on your system, but this is one of the advantages of using a mini PC instead of a tiny streaming stick. You're not fighting with tiny internal storage in the same way, and you've got more room for software, downloads, and testing different setups. The very first time you boot the software, it might take an extra moment to load up. That's completely normal since it's configuring the Android environment for the first time, so just let it do its thing. Once it opens, you're looking at a full Android tablet interface running right on your desktop. Your mouse acts exactly like your finger on a touch screen. Clicking is tapping and your mouse wheel or trackpad handles all your scrolling. It takes all of 2 minutes to feel totally natural. Now, to be completely realistic, this isn't the exact same experience as holding a traditional TV remote, and I'm not going to pretend it is. For a living room setup, I still think that a small wireless keyboard with a built-in trackpad is one of the easiest ways to control a mini PC. That gives you proper typing, proper mouse control, and it works much better with apps that were originally designed for phones or tablets. If you look at the interface, you'll see a full screen button right on the top border, along with a handy toolbar on the right side for settings, volume, and screen rotation. For a proper living room look, the very first thing you'll want to do is hit that full screen button. That strips away the Windows borders so the app completely fills your TV or monitor. When it comes to actually installing your apps, you've got two great options. The easiest route for most people is just opening up the built-in Google Play Store, signing into your account, and downloading your apps directly. But as we know, in the streaming space, not every app or utility you want is going to be sitting nicely in the official Play Store. A lot of the best apps require sideloading, so let's look at how incredibly easy that is. First, just download the APK file you want to install. You can use the downloads page on my website firetvsticks.com or any other source. Once it's downloaded, open your Windows Downloads folder, click and hold the APK file, and literally just drag and drop it right into the LDPlayer window. It might look like nothing is happening for a split second, but give it a moment and the app icon will pop up right on your Android home screen. Just click it and you're up and running. Before we optimize the performance, there are two quick navigation tips you'll definitely need. If you open up a few different apps, LDPlayer neatly organizes them into tabs right along the top bar. You can easily close them out just by clicking the X on the tab, or you can use the Recent Apps button near the bottom of the Android navigation bar to swipe apps away, or use the Clear All option. And if you want to uninstall an app, there are a few ways to do it, but the easiest method is to go back to the LDPlayer home screen by clicking the Home button near the bottom of the Android navigation bar. Click and hold on the app icon and a trash can icon will appear on the left side of the emulator. Just drag the icon over to the trash, let go, and it's completely uninstalled. Now let's quickly optimize the performance settings so everything runs perfectly. Click the Settings gear on the right toolbar and make sure you're under the Advanced tab. This is where you can allocate your CPU cores and your RAM. If you're running a fairly capable mini PC, feel free to bump these up to give the emulator a bit more breathing room. But if you're using a budget or lower end machine, just remember that Windows still needs resources to run smoothly in the background. If you aren't sure what to pick, just stick with the auto or recommended setting to start out. For your max FPS setting, stick with the standard mode. You don't need to chase massive gaming frame rates just for media and general apps. Stability is what matters most. Then check performance mode. You may see options like auto, best graphics, and low resources. If you're not sure what to choose, start with auto. If your apps feel smooth, leave it there. But if your mini PC struggles, try low resources. And if you've got a much more powerful mini PC and want the best visual experience, you can test best graphics. Next, jump over to the Display tab before saving. For a home theatre setup, 1080p is your ideal starting point. You don't need to force the emulator to render at massive resolutions, especially on a weaker mini PC, because keeping it at 1080p ensures the interface stays incredibly snappy. You'll also see window options here like remembering the window size and position, auto rotate, and fixing the window size. Turn on anything that helps LDPlayer reopen the way you like it. Once the advanced and display settings are done, save your changes and restart LDPlayer if it asks you to. When it opens again, test the apps you actually plan to use, because that's the only real way to know whether the settings feel right on your mini PC. There is one technical thing that can completely make or break your experience with any Android emulator, and that's virtualization. You can check yours easily by opening up Windows Task Manager, clicking the Performance tab, and looking right here at the bottom. If it says Enabled, you are good to go. If virtualization is disabled, the emulator may run badly or it might not work properly at all. Virtualization has to be toggled inside of your mini PC's BIOS screen. Because every manufacturer's BIOS looks a little different, I've already made a dedicated step-by-step troubleshooting guide for this that I will link in the description down below. To finish this setup off for the living room, keep two final tricks in mind. First, because some Android apps are built strictly for phones, they might occasionally open up sideways or in portrait mode. If that happens, just hit the rotate button on the right toolbar and it will force the screen orientation to flip wide. Now, it won't fix every app, but it's worth a try just in case. Second, if you're ever stuck in full screen mode and want to quickly drop back to your desktop or switch apps, just hit F11 or the escape key on your keyboard to instantly bring your Windows borders back. Finally, make sure you pin the LDPlayer shortcut straight to your Windows taskbar. That way your mini PC functions as a full computer when you need it, but jumping into your Android setup from the couch is literally just a single click away. If you want to test out this configuration on your own hardware, just head down to the description and use that exclusive link to grab the LDPlayer 14 installer. Get it loaded up, drop in your favourite APKs, and balance those performance settings to match your specific mini PC. This gives us another excellent, highly customizable option for our ongoing living room series. If you give this a shot, drop a comment below saying LDPlayer and let me know exactly what mini PC model you're running it on. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the rest of the mini PC series. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.